Hi everyone, this is Neil from African Campsite Reviews. We are on our next adventure in Augrabies. Just doing a quick video to take you through the campsite and a few pointers. This is the road where you enter at. This road leads into the campsite. You'll see the chalets in the distance there. This used to be the day visitors lawns. This has now been changed. The day visitors has another entrance. And then this is where you enter the campsite. So the campsite runs in a circular fashion. First thing you should note is baboons, signs of baboons. Definitely keep your things locked if you're not at your campsite. They can be a bit pesky, but not too bad. This is an ablution block to the left. This is now about 6 o'clock at night. The reason I'm taking the video at this time of day is it does get very hot in this Kalahari environment, and I would recommend that you pitch your campsite in such a manner that the afternoon sun, that you're shaded or protected from the afternoon sun. So every site you see on this video is afternoon sun. If it's shaded, it's probably a good spot. The best one of the best ones at least is immediately to your right. You'll see there's a cement slab here. The way this campsite works is there's lawns in the middle and campsites are scattered around them. You cannot camp on the lawn because there are irrigation pipes, and you cannot pitch tents or anything on the lawn. So essentially everyone camps around the lawns, and the lawns is where you can sit and relax. This specific one to the right is the only one that's got a cement slab. So, and you've got a lot of shaded trees around you. There's one here, there's one here, and there's one right here. So you've got a lot of shade on the campsite. The campsites are not numbered, but this specific one you can essentially pitch your tents or your vans around here. You can sit and put your chairs out there, entertain over there. You'll be protected from the shade, and you are right by the ablutions if that's what you want. So yeah, quite an interesting one. The rest of them are pretty standard. As I mentioned, they scattered around the lawns. So there's an example where you can see the site pitched next to the lawn. There are power points, as far as I know, on all the campsites. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it is on all the campsites. The other thing you should note is that water points are few and far in between. So if you don't want to be walking around to fill up, for water needs, I would recommend fill up your water tank if you've got a water tank in your camper van prior to parking it. This is the laundry and kitchen facilities. I have to say the entire site is really well maintained. Everything is neat and tidy. So laundry machines over here. And then washing up facilities over here. So I'll take you around the campsite on a walk in a circular fashion. Just to orientate yourself again, this is the road you'd be coming in with. That is the campsite we just reviewed. There's quite a lot of flying insects here. Muggies, as we call them in Afrikaans. They sell nets which you can buy at the shop for about 70 bucks. A lot of people end up buying them because they can be quite irritating when you're sitting next to the fire and the muggies are eating you up. These sites over here, personally, I prefer. And the only reason for that is there's no lawn here, which obviously is you need to take note of. But what's nice about them is they sit at the end on the very edge of the campsite. So you don't have as much foot traffic going past your campsite. It's nice and private. Power point over here, water point over there. But as I mentioned, that water point serves all of these sites around you. So be sure to fill up your water tanks if you don't want to be going around looking for water the whole time. This is the area, these bushes over here is where you find quite a bit of baboons traversing. So take note, these sites are probably most exposed to the baboons, but it really isn't a major issue. If you look at our previous videos at Nature's Valley, the baboons caused absolute havoc there. It wasn't nearly as bad over here. They're quite shy of people. It's only when you leave your campsite that they'll come and see what they can find. Another patch of lawn. Everyone camps around the lawn. Same on this side. This one here is probably your, call it the main lawn to your right. Big lawn, loads of campsites around it. On that side, across the lawn is the ablutions. On this side is the kitchen we just passed. A few more campsites on this side. This little wooden hockey here behind the tree is where you dispose of your refuge. Obviously there's some lovely chalets in this camp, Augrabies National Waterfalls. You'll see all the chalets in the link below on the Sandpark website. And in particular, there's one in the game area, which I am absolutely in love with. I will share that in part 2 of this video if you are interested in booking a chalet which is absolutely remote and has the most magnificent views of the Orange River passing through the canyon. There you can see an example of what chalets look like, depending on what you book. Not a whole lot of game to look at here. The main attraction, of course, is the waterfall. We went out into the game area and saw a few giraffe, klipspringer, loads of dussies going around all over the place. I believe there is some eland. Friends of mine have seen some eland here before, but yeah, really not a game viewing park. Much more so, it's all about the waterfalls. So now we are back at where we started. That road there, coming in there, is where we started. This is the ablutions we saw to our right. And once again, I think the most important thing here, make sure everything's locked when you leave your site for the baboons. Be mindful of flying insects. Tabard or peaceful sleep has helped us. It does help, but you need to apply it quite often. And then the heat and the sun. Make sure that you put your camp in the shade. That is afternoon sun. So have another look at this video and make sure that the site you picked is well shaded at this time of day. Then you should be fine. But if you pitch in a site where you're exposed to afternoon sun, it is extremely hot. Any questions, as always, make a comment, give us a like, subscribe to follow any more campsite reviews we'll do in future. From here onwards, we're going to Augrabies National Park, we will try and review all the sites in there. And if you have any questions, as always, just give us a shout. So please like, subscribe, and stay in touch.